On a flat map, the fastest way from New York to Tokyo looks like a straight line. But to calculate the true distance, you have to account for the curvature of the Earth, revealing that a detour over the Arctic is actually the shortest path. This same counterintuitive geometry governs human interaction. When high stakes are involved, the most direct path to information, asking a question, is often the longest way to the truth. Allison found herself at the center of this calculation. She was tasked with spending 30 days chained to a series of strangers, all for a chance at a massive payout. The challenge concludes with a single choice. Allison must pick one stranger to trust. If that stranger chooses to split, they both win. If they choose to steal, they take the full $250,000, and Allison goes home with nothing. Every single contestant is incentivized to lie. When $250,000 is on the line, everyone will project a curated image of loyalty and friendliness to stay in the game. Direct interrogation is useless here. To see past the curated image, Allison has to stop looking for the straight line and find a way to curve around the deception. Rather than a series of interviews in a neutral setting, the challenge subjects Allison and the strangers to a sequence of increasingly bizarre, high-pressure environments. She is moved from a tiny house into a chaotic fluorescent-lit grocery store, forced to live and sleep during a high-speed endurance challenge. The environments become even more physically punishing. Next, she is moved into a suburban home crushed by a plane, where slanted floors make it nearly impossible to stand or sleep comfortably. Finally, she's pushed into a grueling daily exercise routine, burning thousands of calories in a high-intensity weight loss gym. These relocations serve a specific function. They prevent the brain from settling into a comfortable, rehearsed persona. This is the effect of environmental pressure. Maintaining a consistent lie requires a high level of cognitive control, and that control is the first thing to fail when a person is physically exhausted and disoriented. These setups act as a gauntlet. They are designed to erode a social facade much faster than any verbal cross-examination. Physical fatigue acts as a bypass for the brain's filters. When the body is stressed, the energy required to maintain a calculated lie is redirected towards simple survival. We see the filter fail for Skylar. In the middle of the chaos, she loses track of her rehearsed script and accidentally reveals the exact dollar amount of the prize she's been visualizing for herself. Another contestant, Bree, begins to overcompensate. Under the stress of the gym, she attempts to force trust by swearing on a physical tattoo, a move that signals desperation rather than genuine character. Then there is the cowboy. He attempts to stay on a straight line of honesty, even as the fatigue of the slanted house begins to set in. But the environment eventually forces a slip. When asked if he'll split the money, the exhaustion causes a microsecond of hesitation, followed by a conditional answer. As of right now, I would. Truth wasn't found through a direct question. It was forced to the surface by the sheer weight of the detour Allison's team engineered. On the final day, the strangers' choices are already locked. They have made their secret commitments to either split the wealth or take it all. Allison evaluates them not on the promises they made, but on how their facades held up, or crumbled, during the most grueling moments of the last 30 days. She makes her first move. She eliminates the cowboy immediately, citing nothing but that single moment of hesitation on the slanted floor of the crashed airplane. The host reveals the cowboy's secret decision. He was the only person in the lineup who had actually chosen to steal the money. If Allison ignored the data from the detour and chosen him based on his outward personality, she would have lost $250,000 the moment the game ended. The environments performed the interrogation for her. The physical toll of the challenge acted as a mechanical filter, separating genuine intent from the performance of loyalty. When we want the truth, our instinct is to go straight for it. But when the stakes are high, the most exhausting detour is often the only way to reach the destination.